Did you know that most of what you think, you don't actually think? It simply happens. Let's begin with a simple truth about the human mind. This is the central idea of Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. He explains that our mind works using two systems. One is fast and intuitive, the other is slow and analytical. Imagine walking through a crowded hall. You recognize a familiar face instantly without trying. That is System 1, fast, automatic and effortless. System 1 allows you to read words instantly or stop at a red light. It's like driving home on autopilot and realizing you don't remember the last few turns. It is efficient and essential for daily life. But there is a catch. System 1 also guesses. It takes shortcuts that lead to predictable errors. System 2 is different. It is what you use when is asked to multiply 27 by 48 or design a teaching unit from scratch. It requires intense effort. It feels slow. Because it costs mental energy, we tend to avoid using it unless we absolutely have to. Most mistakes don't happen because we are careless. They happen because we rely on fast thinking in situations that strictly require slow thinking. To save effort, System 1 uses shortcuts. Usually they work, but they create predictable patterns of error, like availability. If watches news about classroom problems, management suddenly feels like the only issue in teaching. Or think of one bad mock exam. That single failure becomes vivid and glowing in your mind, while weeks of solid progress fade into the background. Then there is anchoring. If a jacket is marked was 300, now 120, the 120 feels like a bargain because your mind is pulled toward the first number. The same happens in exams. A bad first simulation becomes an anchor. Every later performance is unfairly compared to that initial failure. We also face overconfidence. After a football match, it's easy to say, it was obvious. But before the whistle, it wasn't obvious at all. This illusion is common. Before studying, I think, I know this. After a poor answer, I tell myself, I knew it, I just didn't say it. We confuse familiarity with mastery. Recognizing ideas on a page is not the same as being able to retrieve and explain them under pressure. Another key is loss aversion. The pain of losing 50 euros stays with you much longer than the joy of finding the same amount. Many opositores are driven by the fear of failing. They avoid originality because it feels risky. Avoiding loss feels more urgent than achieving gain. We have two selves, the experiencing self and the remembering self. Memory doesn't add up experiences. It focuses on peaks and endings. If a holiday ends badly, you remember the trip as bad. In exams, you'll obsess over one hesitation and forget the 90% you nailed. Relying on feelings is dangerous. Feelings are shaped by System 1 distortions. We need objective evidence, recordings and rubrics to see clearly. If a topic feels easy, test it. Explain it aloud without notes. If you feel like a failure, step back and look at the full pattern of evidence. Preparing for exams is a cognitive task. Progress doesn't come from thinking harder all the time, but from knowing when to slow down. Engaging System 2 is the secret. That simple pause is often the difference between stagnation and real improvement. Master your mind, and you will master